Howdy y'all, welcome back to another episode of Modded Minecraft. I'm Garrus, and we are back with a new mod. I only did add one from the last video, just because it's going to involve so much building with it that I didn't want to add anything else and kind of confuse it right now. So if we do a kind of a pan over, dun, 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 Archemedies Ships. Yep, I know you guys have asked for it. And honestly, once I heard it, I kind of came up with some things that I would actually like to try to do with it. Never even thought about adding it in just because I could fly, but it does add some interesting possibilities, especially like a mobile base, of course, which is something that I rarely do in a game is explore the world, because you spend so much time in modded kind of setting up all your stuff. But this is what I've started to work on. Built just a very simple little one down over here. You can see just a square with a helm on it, just so I can kind of figure out how this thing moves around. And hey man, if you're gonna go big. So we're building a huge ship right here. It's pretty large. Still in the process of putting all the blocks in there. That should be done before too long. So I'm going to kind of work on this episode. So I'm going to do a little bit more work, finish up this main shell here, and when I get some more progress done, we'll be back and we'll take a look at it's not going to be the finish ship maybe, but definitely a lot further along than it is right now. So we'll be back in just a sec. So I've been working on this literally probably a couple of days. Major change in kind of plans. You can see it's not round anymore, and the reason for that is I really did not go out and look at any videos or anything. I mean, it seemed like it was pretty straightforward, so I really did not know there was a block limit, 2,048 blocks. The original Blimp, and what I'll try to do right about here is throw up a screenshot of the finished Blimp. I think I had about 40 blocks left after I got that done, so I really couldn't do anything to decorate it, and I couldn't do what I wanted to do with blood magic, which with this. So I kind of had to restart, and I pretty much just chopped it in half. You can see now we're down to 1491. We're over. You have to, when you look at air balloons here, this has to be at 40%. So I was at like 97% and didn't have enough stuff or enough blocks left to be able to do anything. Now I think you can change that in the config, but I didn't want to mess with it, so I went ahead and just kind of chopped off the top half up here. You can see from the picture, if I get it in there. See if I can remember how to superimpose, or put another image over an image, image, whatever they call that. If I can get that in there, it'll be in there. So I'm still kind of working on this a little bit. This is very early on after I chopped it down. It's a little too flat for me, so don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm leaving this open because what we're going to do is use this to, of course, do something for us, and I need that space open because it's going to be taller than the 3 block space allows for us. It's actually going to go probably 3 or 4 blocks up over, and then we're going to have some pipage and some other stuff. So no, maybe we'll do that first. I'm going to mess around just a little bit more. It took me forever to finish up the full Blimp, and then found out, like, glass, for some ever reason, whenever I would mount the ship, the glass would turn dark, so I couldn't even see through the glass. I had a little driving pod down on the bottom here that you actually sat in, and it was almost all glass. Of course, as soon as you hit the mount ship, that would darken, and you really couldn't see anything. So I'm debating whether to leave the ship's helm here, because this does, even though it's ugly, it does provide me a good view when I'm moving this thing around, or back here
Might be another good spot. The only downside here is I won't be able to kind of see where I'm at from the ground. And I tried those gauges, and they did really... There's some ship's gauges that comes with this. Where are they? These things right here. And I think this measurement gauge, this advanced one right here, there's a regular one, which is just 2 panes of glass, and then there's an advanced one, which is 4 panes of glass, and this one's supposed to have an altimeter. And I didn't notice anything different with it, so I don't know. I'll try it again maybe when I finish up doing what I want to do here. Now, we'll give you some tips if you've never used this before that I didn't know. And that is, all these blocks have to be physically touching. Like, this wall has to be physically touching this. Everything has to be physically touching solidly, like that. Now, if this block was not here and this block was not here, when you mount this ship, this will not mount. So when you move, this will not move with your ship because, well, it's connected on that side, but it has to actually touch something, or it's not going to mount. I've lost about half the ship when when it was still blimp size, when I finally finished it the very first time that I mounted it and moved it. I lost about half the ship and had to go back. That's what took so long, honestly, because I had to go back and remount everything, because I didn't know that either. So make sure when you build this that they are solidly touching. And again, that means, like, you know, not counting the ones that is touching on the bottom, but if you put 2 blocks like that, they're not physically touching. You would have to have another block, like, say, right here for these two to connect, if that makes any sense. Yeah? Okay, great. Well, I'm going to keep working on this, and we'll be back in just another minute or so for you. Actually, seconds.
All right, we're back. Was flying around, made some minor changes to the ship, just added some Carpenters blocks, sharpened up the rudder a little bit with Carpenters blocks. Now, do be aware, be aware with the Carpenters blocks that some of them will work, some of them won't. Like, these seem to work fine, but I placed one that connected these two, and they would not mount with the ship. So a little weird. You just kind of have to figure out with the blocks that you put in here. Like, if I used the flat decorative lamps and put it here, when I turn the ship, it would still be facing this direction, even though the ship was facing, like, let's say that direction. So it would actually flip out. So just be aware that with your design, some blocks just work fine, other blocks don't. You know, square blocks, of course, seem to work because it doesn't matter they're facing, but like ladders flip, flat lights flip, that sort of thing. But I was flying around, and I came across this village with a roguelike dungeon. That's what this thing is down here. This is a roguelike dungeon entrance. Hiccups out of the blue. I cleared a couple levels out just to take a look. Oh, great, now I got the hiccups. You can see you've got your little spawners in here. You should be able to get not only regular spawners, like the spider spawner, but then you have these skeleton and zombie spawners that are roguelike dungeons. You can tell they're roguelike dungeon spawner because, you know, they're wearing hippie armor, you know, purple, green, yellow. Just, I guess, random colors. They're pretty ugly, but they're good for EMC, because not only do they drop that armor that will turn into EMC, but the rotten flesh, and then you can see, like, he's got a bow. The most of the zombies have some sort of tool, pickaxe, shovel, that sort of thing. But these are kind of neat because they'll, you know, you have multiple levels. You know, you start up and there's not too much, but if you can find one of these early game, they're not too bad because, you know, they'll have a lot of bone meal sticks. You know, you'll find gardens in here. You'll find everything from potatoes to netherwort. Just they're real handy, but just be aware that they're tough, so you do want to come in here with the ability to torch it up, because you want to make sure you can protect yourself, because these things can be pretty bad. I mean, the lower you get, of course, the more and more they are, but if you don't light up these spawners, I don't think they're under the same spawning rules as regular spawners, the roguelike dungeon ones anyways. And you'll find everything from beds to enchanting tables, work tables, bookshelves, like I said, a bunch of armor. They all have these little weird names. Surplus pantaloons of defense. Sort of WoW-like. Charcoal. But just a lot of neat stuff that you could really use early game to kind of help yourself out. Okay, where's my entrance at? So we're not going to stay here, though. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to get back. If I can get up, let's go. Fly up. Fly. Be free. Alright, where's our ship at? It's up here somewhere. There we go. But again, not too many changes. It'll work. I think in the future, what I would probably do is build what I want to be on the ship and then build around the ship. I think that would work better. Just so you kind of know how many blocks you can use and whatnot. It just, yeah, I built this big massive thing, and I, I had a great idea for it, and it just didn't work out at all. So let's get it turned around. Now we do have a docking kind of station. Well, all kinds of islands up here. I also flew out over the ocean. Let's see if we can see that real quick. I flew out over this ocean and came across, I didn't even notice it on the map, but you can see like all these little shipwrecks out here. There's a bunch of them. There's really like just one chest on one, and they don't contain too much, but kind of neat. Little shipwreck things in there. I do like kind of how the ruins adds things to the world. I think that's pretty neat. There we go. Let's go back. All right. Let's. Where are my? I need all. There we go. We got to get turned around. We got to get headed back towards the base. All right. Are we going back now? I think so. This should be the right one. This will take us back over to our base with any luck. And we do have a little docking station there that I built up just to give a place to kind of park it, and so it won't attach to anything, and we can get on and off of it. Just make it a little easier. Doesn't move super fast, but you can kind of see, it gets going up to a steady clip. We do have a steam engine. I don't know if I'm going to try adding multiples. You'll let me know if that'll work. Seems like multiple steam engines would make it move faster. Of course, it's going to use a lot more fuel. There's a desert village over there. Shouldn't be too far off of our base. We should be getting relatively close. Those are the little volcanoes, I think, that I don't know which mod makes those. I think that's the ruins. The ruins mod, yeah, not the roguelike dungeons, because they were there before that, so they're definitely part of ruins. Should we get back into our base area? Yep, we're flying over the blood altar now, so if we probably want to come out this way a little bit so we can get turned into the docking station here. Start decreasing our altitude a little bit. Oop, oop, oop. Turn. I think we're past it. There it is. So let's go down a little bit. A little slow to go up and down. But this uses the buffer blocks, I think they're called. They don't allow the ship to connect to it. Or it will not connect to the ship. So even when the ship forms, it will not connect to it. So that's why I'm using these. You can see the kind of the gray blocks ahead. Excuse me, got a little frog in the throat today. Let's stop. Let's turn. Let's try to get down a little bit more so we can equal this up. See if I can nail this landing. It's probably still a little high. Let's go down a little bit more. Nope, wrong button, wrong button. There we go. Okay, let's see if we can get that in here. And slowly, slowly come into the dock. Nope. Okay, let me in there. There we go. And now we align it. Oh, that didn't work. We're still too high. Let's go down a little bit. Forward. Easy, easy now, easy. Come on, in the hole. Get in the hole. And that should actually. Nope. You bastard. Come on. You're just not going to do it for me, are you? Come on. Come on. Really? Every time I try to align it to the Minecraft grid, it's offsetting me. Which isn't cool. See? I got to get it over it a lot more. Come on. Go for it. There we go. Now, where are we? Still offset. Okay, let's shoot it over here. That looks better. Come on, get in there. I can do it, I swear. There we go. So now we're connected, and just do the dismount, and now it'll just kind of take it a second to kind of reform. There we go. And now we're all hooked up, connected, parked, good to go. Let's see, we go, and then we got our elevator blocks right here. If I can actually stand on one, there we go. And we've got our little parking spot right there. Not that we really need it, but it does kind of let you know that you're parked in the same place every time. These are the scaffold blocks from Chisel. Now they have one in there that I wanted to use, but I can't find the recipe for it, and that's the transparent technical block is what it's called. It's basically this, but where everything is black, it's you can see through it, but I can't figure out how to do that. Nothing shows up in any eye. I don't know if it's a difference of materials or because it doesn't show up in Chisel if you put this in there. So don't know. I want to keep messing with it though, because it would look so much better if that was see-through. So we've got our ship put together. It's pretty big, but we have room to add a couple of. Well, there's actually going to be 4 rituals on here. So what I'm going to do next, the next video, is we're going to have 4 rituals right here. Well, 2 separate rituals, but 4 altogether. We're going to do 2 rituals of magnetism. We're going to do 2 side by side. And then on top of that, we're going to have 2 rituals of the crusher on top of that. So what we'll be able to do, the ritual of mining or magnetism basically does a 7 by 7 area from the center, from the master ritual stone, which will be in the center. So it'll do 7 by 7. So that'll be what 4 in each direction from the ritual stone, and then the ritual of the crusher, which on top, because it'll pull everything up into a 3 by 3 area above the master ritual stone, and then the crusher will take those and basically mine those blocks. So we'll be able to kind of have a mobile mining platform with this. And so next episode, what we'll do is set everything up, get those going, and then we'll also set up the ore processing. I'm going to leave it up to you guys to decide, because we have 3 different options. Of course, the easiest option is the Project E red power furnace. Very simple to set up, easy to use. The other option, of course, is Flax's steam power. We should have enough space to be able to fit something in there for that. The third option, of course, is random additions. Now, what I can't do a watermill on this, of course, but what I could do to power it is a windmill. That but I think it's almost too big. And really the only place to put it is the two options I have to power it would be to put one single windmill in the back, which would look like a giant propeller back here, which would also mean I'd have to redesign this because it's in the way. Or I could do one maybe on each side, windmill on each side to do the ore to give us power to do the ore processing. I'm pretty sure that's the max size windmill you can do right there. That's not the biggest watermill, but we just will not be able to use watermills on this. So you guys let me know which one you want to see us do, and that way we can get to work on figuring out how we're going to do that. The ritual parts aren't too bad. That's just placing 4 ritual stones and or master ritual stones, and then building the rituals, which aren't too big. You know, I played with it and it should fit in this area, and then we'll add another one right next to it. So we'll have a pretty sizable area that we'll be able to mine, then move in the mine, and move in the mine, because it goes all the way down to bedrock. So you guys let me know which one you want to do. So that's going to be it for this one. We got our ship together. We're ready to go out there and pillage the resources of this planet. Get whatever we need. So don't forget to rate the video. Like it if you did. If you don't. If you haven't subscribed, that's really the best way to know when I do put out a video. And like I said, next time, this will just be a nice big mobile mining platform. We'll put that all together in the next video. So until next time, guys, I will see y'all later.